Hello, Mike the Vegas guy here. Thank you for joining me for my first ever buffet review. Today I'm showing you the LUXOR Buffet. Normally I review shows and live entertainment on this channel, but I've also been visiting Vegas buffets for well over 20 years. I have a lot of opinions, and buffets are going by the wayside. I love going buffets. I've loved going to buffets, especially the older ones like this one, and I want to start showing them on my channel because I think people need to share in this experience that seems to be a dying breed, the Las Vegas buffet. And you can't go wrong with the ambiance and atmosphere here at the LUXOR. You go down into the basement, and the 1993 classic Egyptian theming that they had here is still alive. It is perfectly preserved. This kind of looks like a dead mall. I released a short a couple weeks ago about this video, and a lot of people criticized me thinking I was sort of trying to make fun of the place. No, I actually love dead malls. I love this vibe. I know there's a lot of other people who share that opinion with me. It's incredible to come in here. I know it looks empty. I went about an hour before closing. I've never been early when they first open. I imagine they get good crowds. Why else would they still be in business? But it will look pretty empty as you see me walk in here. But all of the MGM buffets, save for the Bellagio, I believe, and whether or not you count Cosmopolitan at this point, they are only open for brunch. So that's the only time you can go. I am not a morning person. I'm a late night kind of guy, so this is as early as I get there. I imagine they wouldn't still be in business if it was always this empty. I love the ambiance here. Look at this entryway, the Egyptian theming. This theming is why I come here. The food is going to be your pretty standard Vegas buffet, brunch buffet fare. Now I say that for those of you who are familiar with buffets and how buffets typically used to operate in Las Vegas. The LUXOR buffet is on par with what we used to consider a value buffet, a buffet that would cost $15 to $25 per person. This is a little more high-end now. It costs about $30 to $35, but that's just keeping up with inflation, keeping up with the industry right now. This buffet allowed you to get your own drinks. That's a little sign of a lower cost buffet. They also had a cash bar though, which is pretty cool. But they don't serve you drinks right at your table. A brunch buffet is typically cheaper than a dinner buffet in general because it has breakfast food, which is generally less expensive to produce. Scrambled eggs, bacon, a lot of bread, French toast, and waffles and pancakes. So you have that. Obviously, it's taking up space in what once would have been the American section for the dinner buffet, which they don't have anymore. This is the Asian section. They had what looks like chicken wings. There was actually chicken leg drumsticks, and they were huge. They were excellent. The pizza was good. They had a lot of variety of pizza. Again, heavy on the bread and the carbs. The important point I want to make is that the food is of good quality. It's just the variety that you don't see as much in a more high-end buffet than this. They have, over here, they have hot dogs, self-service hot dogs. People really love hot dogs. I don't love it. I would consider that more of a low-end item. That's what makes this more of a middle-of-the-road buffet. They have a carving station. They didn't have much to choose from. They had beef, they had turkey, they had sausage, vegetables. It was all good food. What I really loved here was the salad bar. A lot of buffets don't have these kind of salad bars anymore. The Bacchanal, the most expensive buffet in town at Caesar's Palace, does not have a build-your-own salad bar like this does. This is what you used to expect from any average buffet. I love making my own salad. They had a great selection of greens. If you want to have a nice, healthy lunch on the Strip, you can't go wrong with this buffet. Look at that. That is not a healthy salad, but it was delicious. And they had some seafood. They had mussels, oysters, shrimp. I actually really loved the oysters that I had there. All in all, this is a decent buffet for the price. You might think that $30 to $35 is a little too much for this buffet, especially if you're used to paying a lot less back in the day. But this is pretty much the cheapest you're going to find for any buffet, at least on the Strip. There are lower priced ones. If you go to the South Point, you go off the Strip. I come here for the ambiance. Look at this theming. None of the other buffets on the Strip have this kind of theming and this retro Vegas experience. It's only retro to the 90s, which to some is a little still too recent in history, but for a younger generation, this is like stepping back in time, and that's why I love, if you just want a nice place for brunch, the LUXOR Buffet. This is a great option. Let me know in the comments if you like this style of buffet review from me. I will gladly keep doing it. I'll show you the Excalibur. I'll show you some of my other favorites. Thank you for subscribing. I'm Mike the Vegas Guy.